welcome to the studio, aka the garage. I want to go more in depth about what the process was like starting to create the design that ended up being chosen, which this is what it ended up being. Yeah, El Salvador, stand up. So I had no idea what I was gonna come up with or how I was gonna tie American football to Hispanic heritage. So my initial plan was, okay, just do the collage with the flags. And now I remember because I found my screenshot of when I was making my collage. Because it was Hispanic heritage and there was no Latinx Heritage Month at the time, or it was starting to develop, I looked up Hispanic countries, not Latino countries. Haiti is Latino, but it is not Hispanic. There was my confusion. But I remember that's what it was. And especially finding the screenshots after trying to find these clips to tie it all together. Yeah, let's continue. I initially started with cherry blossoms and the collage with the W. I thought it looked so fly, and then I put this graffiti tying it to Latinx or Hispanic culture because graffiti is shared throughout all cultures, but it's what I tie and relate with when it comes to how I was gonna string this together. I thought of the graffiti in DC. I thought of what Washington DC meant to me. So I decided to make Washington in graffiti like the sun, because as a city girl, DC was my safe haven. After living in little bumfuck Winchester, Virginia, and trying to escape the ruralness and always finding a safe space in DC. So yeah, I created the cherry blossom one, and then I thought, let me do something else just in case this isn't hitting Hispanic culture enough. So I put the maroon with the collage of the W, and I had these flowers that I had done for a print before I did this design, before I even knew this design was in the works. I had gone to Harry P. Lou Garden and I had found some flowers that they had at the garden there that I wanted to draw. Somewhat realistic, but having stylism. So I did that and a rose because I'm obsessed with roses. And this is what, I don't know where it's gonna be yet. This is what that design looked like. So I told DeAná Tyler to kind of give me a tally, to ask around which one looked better. And she did. She got a little poll going at work, and they ended up saying that they liked the maroon one better. But to me, it wasn't complete yet because it didn't have all the touches that meant or represented Hispanic culture. So I put bees in the design because bees are the hardest workers. Without bees, the ecosystem fails. I felt like bees in this image represented immigrants. Immigrants keep this nation going. Without immigrants, without people of color, without the global majority, this nation falls. And we are the hardest workers every single time, and we don't get the flowers that we receive. That's why the flowers are in the image. I added what looks like a bunch of little volcanoes in the background. And here's one thing, as an artist, it's fun to be able to like create your own images, because I wish in Salvador had clear waters. We don't. But of course in the image I put clear waters because I wish they were. And then I put the volcanic ash. That's what makes the water dark, and in Salvador is the volcanic ash. We don't have sand over there. It's like the little Hawaii of Central America. A lot of people don't know, and actually I should confirm this. I want to say that there are 23 volcanoes in El Salvador, as little as it is. Let's verify this. Okay, El Salvador has over 20 volcanoes, with specific counts varying depending on the source and definition of active or Holocene. I hope that's how you say it. The Smithsonian Institution lists 17 volcanoes in El Salvador that were active during the Holocene epoch. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce this. While other sources cite numbers around 23 for active volcanoes, over 100 when considering a broader definition of volcanic features. So yes, volcanoes are super important to Salvadorians, and I felt like that was my way of taking an extra step and recognizing in Salvador specifically for us. I put the woman dancing because women in Hispanic culture hold so much weight, both on their shoulders and both in value. We are the heart of the family. We are the meal. We are the warm welcomes. We are the blessings. We are the prayer. And at this time, which I can say again, women's rights were under attack, and they are under attack. And it was a political statement that they need to stay off our women. They need to keep our women dancing and the happiest, because it's important. I tried to reach out to DeAná and see if she ended up remembering or if she uses the same questions during interviews now. And unfortunately I couldn't. It's her busy season, but I couldn't get a response back before I recorded. So let's go to figuring out my outfit. Once I had gotten the interview done, once I had gotten the design done, my immediate question was, what do I wear to something like this? What do I wear? And I got busy. I ended up finding this jean jacket and these pair of jeans that matched perfectly. Got them at separate locations and they matched to a T. It was like this acid black wash, and I at the time had seen Tory Lane's jacket. It was a Louis Vuitton jacket where the sleeves were bleached up. It was a blue jean jacket and the Louis Vuitton print was all over it, and it was divine. So I wanted to go along with that route, but create it in my own way, where I went a little opposite, and instead of dipping the sleeves in the bleach, I dipped the top part and then I dipped the bottom part of my jeans so that it was like a sandwich of bleach. I was rooming with my tia, one of my favorites. I don't have favorite tias, but in this chapter she was just honestly the best roommate to have. And we started to plot for shirts. I had found my jeans, the jean jacket, but I needed something to go under the jean jacket. I ended up finding two crop tops that were maroon and yellow. individually. They were obviously one shirt maroon, one shirt golden yellow. It was perfect. And I buy both in like an extra large, and I asked my aunt, like, she has the sewing and crafty hands that have been passed down. So I asked the pro, how likely is it that we can cut the shirt in half and create one shirt that's maroon and golden yellow? And she, of course, tells me, like, we're gonna see what we can work with. And we created the shirt. I thought, okay, this is cute as hell, but I don't know if this is it. So it was a good backup, but I didn't feel completely satisfied or fulfilled yet. I was getting excited, of course, but I went to my little sketchbook and started thinking of if my logo were the Louboutin logo, or if I wanted to create a print like Louboutin with my logo, how would I create it? So I just started playing around and painting the design on paper just to see what it would look like. That ended up going on the jeans, and they are my favorite jeans to this day. I started to do cute stuff with the jacket. I didn't know how to embroider then, so I used iron-on stuff to just like embellish my jacket. I found cherry blossoms, so of course going to DC and knowing that that was my initial design, that's what I ended up putting on my jean jacket. All of those patches fell off, but maybe it was a blessing because I have the new and improved version, which it's so fly. I love this jacket. Also, I have little embellishments from Kids of Immigrants, their pin. I am obsessed that Hello Kitty is coming back in full effect, and my little keychain from Dubai, I took it apart and just added it to my jacket so that I carry a little bit of it with me everywhere I go. Shout out to Corinto Gallery because this is one of my favorite pins to date. Que Dios te bendiga always. Of course I had to represent. Of course. My signature, because I am the Kanye of my generation, art-wise. And what else? Signature on this side. Whoops. Honestly, I had started to put this video together and played it so that I would know to stay on script, and that's what you just heard a little bit. I'm not gonna edit that out, but yeah, I love my jacket. Up is my favorite movie. Those who know I painted the Up, this little house, for my graduation cap because adventure is out there. Another piece from Kids of Immigrant, another part of my keychain from Dubai, the Burj Khalifa, and more will be added soon. I love this jacket. Okay, so I finally find my fit, and I'm just testing out with shirts. I created a little Kanye hat because I used to be obsessed with Kanye before. It's very scary to see where his mind goes sometimes, but he's one of my favorite like people that has been able to show what consistency, what discipline, what believing in yourself, what loving yourself looks like. So let's just ignore the other stuff right now and believe in the good parts, because I had done his college dropout, because I am a college dropout, hat to be a part of the outfit because it matched with the colors. Showing you what the original design looked like. I still have this little pin. This was a moment of panic. I wanted more maroon, like more Commander's things, and I just painted this a solid maroon color and wanted to put something about like first generation born or kid of immigrants, because at the time I was very proud to be. Immigrants are welcome here. Something. I wanted to put something on the pin and just never got to it because my time management is horrible. Of course I had to get a flick with the fit. Of course I had to. And I had to share. These moments I will never get back, and truly it was a once in a lifetime experience. Waiting in line was wild. Seeing the amount of people that were there, hearing the chants as we're going into the field, or into the stadium, my bad. Crazy. I'm gonna mute myself for this part and just let this play.
Holy shit, y'all.
This was a true VIP. My hair is all wonky. It still hasn't broken up from the gel, and I shouldn't touch it too much because it's actually, I want it to look nice for tomorrow. I'll be in Virginia tomorrow. But it was a true VIP experience. It was one of one. I got to walk around the whole stadium.
That is so sweet.
Wait. Oh my gosh. I didn't even get any of what was behind us. Oh. Excuse us. Thank you. Whoa. I carried my book around with me, and my idea was to leave that copy there at the stadium because I wanted to plant the seed of having my book sold at the stadium store. I love how much little me used to try to push through whatever door possible. I got invited 2 more times for the Commanders. I got invited for Women of Washington and for another Hispanic Heritage Month event, La Hispana Plaza. And I just want to say that all of this looks great, but the behind the scenes of it was, I have no inventory. I was faking it until I made it. I created a business, an LLC for DeAná art, and I didn't know what I was doing, but in my head I thought, I'm being guided by God. I pray on this. I don't know how to fill out these forms, but I'm gonna do my damn best, and I hope that it's enough for me to see this business succeed. And I was the smallest business at these events. I was the youngest person there, and I was the smallest business where all of my merch was handmade for, I don't know, I think there was another a shoe designer. I don't know if hers were made by hand. They were really beautiful, and represented Hispanic culture. I can't speak today. Hispanic culture in the best way. I'll tag her information in the description box. But I wish I was in a different chapter of my life when taking this opportunity. I didn't find out until 30 that I have ADHD. That's this year. And I would flop these things. I would lose my passes. I would get the emails. I wouldn't read them fully because it was just too much words for me. Like, I would blank out at these emails, or not too much words because I can read books, I promise. But it's just like too much information that's like monotoned, and a lot of words that don't describe much. I don't know how to explain it. This is no insult to any part of the team for the Commanders. But when I say my ADHD would ADHD for each one of these events, and I don't know how I got invited back, it was by the goodness and the grace of God, I promise, and the patience and the grace that these women had for me, because I embarrassed myself quite a few times with them. From setting up late, again, to losing passes, and they would have to print my passes back. The Hispanic Heritage event, I had kept my first Hispanic Heritage. It's not with me. I had kept my first like pass where it showed like field access pass at the stadium, and I used it as a recuerdo for my second book to talk about this. And I had lost my one from this event. Tell me why. The amount of goodness that DeAná Tyler has in her bones is immeasurable, because she went out of her way during the game to go print me another one so that I would have this second recuerdo for my book. I truly, truly, truly love doing these. I love the energy. I love the people. I love seeing the fans. The second time I went for Hispanic Heritage Month and I was at the Hispana Plaza, I saw fans with my rally towel design, and it was the most beautiful thing. And I should talk about seeing my rally towel design for the first time. It took my breath away. I was like, oh my gosh, I recognize it. That's mine. They are wearing something that I created in not majority, but in such big numbers. I would look into the crowd. I would look into, like in between the stadium and just walking around. I would see my rally towel design so much, and it just took my breath away. To me, I had made it. I had finally put my name down as an artist. set my path. This was a pivot in my life. Was it the pivot that I expected? No. No. Did I expect too much too soon? Absolutely. My head got big. I had friends that showed me when they were in the stand when I was on the screen. I feel like there's something bored. Please excuse me. It is 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to be making a 8-hour drive tomorrow. And I'm on my last brain cell, but discipline. I wanted to knock this video out. And hopefully the best hopefully the best are to come. Okay? I'm still new to this. I am not true to this. Anyways, I think this is where I'm gonna leave this one off. I think I explained my experience to the fullest. No, I missed this one part. So, because our passes said field pass access, it was my goal to go down to the bottom of the field, get a picture of the players in action, and come back home and paint that image. I did not get that opportunity. I didn't get a chance to be on the field with them while they were playing. I was able to get close enough, but there was just so much going on. Like, we had to be at certain places at certain times, especially because they introduced us to the whole stadium. 40,000 people, I want to say it holds. And I got represented as an artist. Keep in mind, this was my first NFL game. There will never be an NFL game that tops this experience. I don't care if it's the Super Bowl. I don't care. I was presented as an artist at a time where it was really hard to believe that this was my destiny. Anyways, I tried to go down to the field, tried to get a picture in action, tried to get an image for a canvas, because my favorite painting I had done was going to be a Christmas present to a very, very special person at the time. I never finished the canvas because we broke up. And I wanted to give myself the justice of recreating this without any attachment of a relationship. My own passion now for football in a canvas. And I didn't get to do it, but just because I didn't get to then doesn't mean I won't be able to another time. And that's how I'll end this one off. Pero en mi cama te voy a dar tabla de selfie, yeah. Dime pa' dónde vamos después de la playa. Si no secamos, yo traigo la toalla y de nuevo nos mojamos. Pero en mi cama te voy a dar tabla de selfie, bebé. Dime, ¿vamos para el mambo o no vamos para el mambo? Tú me dices, mami. Zumba. ¿Qué?